Namaste, this is Dr. Rukma Rajendran from Divine Veda. Divine Veda as a team is on for a mission to make Ayurveda heard throughout the world. In our previous videos, we were discussing about kidney stone, its causes, what is it according to Ayurveda, the classifications and its general symptoms. And today, we will be discussing about the types of kidney stones, the other classifications of kidney stones, as well as the diagnostic procedures followed. Kidneys are the fist-sized organs that can handle the body fluid as well as the chemical levels. Healthy kidneys cleans waste from the blood and returns it in the urine. By properly controlling the sodium, potassium and calcium levels in the blood. Urinary system or urinary tract comprises of kidney, ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. As previously explained, urine is produced in the kidney from the fluids as well as the bodily waste. And this urine is passed to the urinary bladder through ureter. In urinary bladder, it is temporarily stored and through urethra, it is passed out. Kidney stones are formed due to the high levels of salts and minerals in the urine. In the beginning of renal calculi, there won't be any symptoms, so it is termed as silent stones. However, it can grow to the larger size and even filling the hollow structures in the kidney. Some kidney stones stay inside the kidney and it do not produce any symptoms or any disturbance. But if the kidney stones travels down to the urinary bladder and in the process if it gets lodged in the ureter, it can block the flow of urine and it can be a very painful condition. Here the stones are called as urethral stones. The nature of stones might be similar in a person, but with the site of its presence, it can be divided as nephrolithiasis. Here, the stone will be found in the kidneys. Ureterolithiasis. The stones are formed in the ureter of urinary system. Cystolithiasis. The stones are formed in the urinary bladder of the urinary system. Urolithiasis. The stones are located anywhere in the urinary system, such as kidneys, urethra, ureter, urinary bladder. Calicial calculi. The stones are located in the minor or major calyces, which are the parts of kidneys. In our previous videos, we have clearly explained what are the causes of kidney stones, and its link you can find in the description box. As kidney stones are formed due to the higher chemical levels in it, and thus the urine becomes more concentrated. Now let's see what are the different types of kidney stones according to the chemical compositions. They are calcium oxalate stones are the most common type of kidney stone. Oxalate is a substance produced by our liver or absorbed from the food we intake. It causes due to the excessive intake of oxalate and calcium-rich diet like nuts, chocolates. Apart from the dietetic factors, high intake of vitamin D, intestinal bypass surgery, metabolic disorders like diabetes can increase the concentration of calcium and oxalate in the urine. Here, the urine becomes more acidic in nature, that is low pH value in the urine, and it is compared with the Kaphaja Ashmari in Ayurveda. Calcium phosphate stones. This type of stone is more common with the metabolic conditions such as renal tubular acidosis and also due to the certain medications used for treating headaches like migraine or epilepsy, and also due to the excessive intake of calcium and phosphorus rich diet. Here the urine becomes more alkaline in nature, that is the pH value of the urine will be high, and it is compared with the Vadaja Ashmari in Ayurveda. Uric acid stones.
It is formed due to too much water loss from the body, malabsorption. Those who eat high protein rich diet, particularly animal proteins, and also other genetic factors also may trigger this condition. Here, the urine becomes more acidic in nature and it is compared with the Pitta Jashmari in Ayurveda. Struvite stones. It is more commonly seen in women due to the higher incidence of urinary tract infections. They can grow fastly and become larger in size. These are formed due to the high magnesium rich diet. Cystine stones. This is a very rare stone type. These type of stones are formed in people with the hereditary disorders called cystinuria, which causes kidney to excrete excess of cystines, which are the specific derivatives of amino acids.
Most of the people, they don't know they have kidney stone until they begin to feel a severe pain or a discomfort in the flank regions or abdomens in the genitalias. The diagnosis of kidney stone is done when there is a typical pattern of the symptoms or when other possible causes of abdominal pains are excluded. The general diagnostic procedures followed in kidney stones are: imaging tests are usually done to confirm the diagnosis. As already been explained, 1 in 1000 will end up in emergency room for the renal calculi, and for this non-contrast CT scan is done. Because this is done rapidly and will help in rule out the other causes of abdominal pain. It is very helpful in finding out the location of the kidney stone as well as its presence. Nowadays, ultrasound in combination with plain abdominal X-ray have been shown to be more effective in diagnosis of kidney stones. USG help in detecting the stone as well as its measurement. In pregnant women and also for those radiation to be avoided, an ultrasound examination can be helpful in establishing the diagnosis.
Urine tests help to know the amount of stone forming minerals, also to know any chances of infections in it. Blood tests help to know the biochemical problem that can lead to a kidney stone formation, like higher calcium level in the blood, etc.
These diagnostic procedures helps to understand the size of kidney stone as well as the location of the stone. After the diagnosis is confirmed, the patient may pass the stones naturally. It is very important to know what kind of a kidney stone a person has. For this, they have to collect the stone while passing the urine so that it can be given for a stone risk profile. If it is left untreated, it can cause a serious damage to the kidney function. And in our next video, we will be discussing about the treatment protocols followed in Ayurveda and also the home remedies which you can follow at your home. I request all the viewers to like, share and subscribe the channel as well as the content we post. And also do comment on the comment section about which topic you want us to discuss in our upcoming videos. This is me, Dr. Rukma Rajendran, signing off. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching.